Welcome to Manchester Academy Baseball. I'm Josh Miller. I'll be bringing you the game live today from Parks McGraw Field on Power 107. Mavericks will step out of conference today in their third game of the season playing Vicksburg High School. Vicksburg's a 6A public school, the biggest school that Manchester has played to date, as far as I know of. The Mavericks will play the Gators in this game as the Mavericks are out on the field and the Star Spangled Banner is playing right now. I'll give you a quick lineup for the Mavericks. The pitcher tonight is going to be Brody Roberts. Catching will be Tyson. And then the infield will look like this. They'll have Estes again at third base, Walton, the other corner, at first base. And in the middle of the infield will be Dees at shortstop and Ketchum at second base. And the outfield will be left to right, Burton, Grant Nixon getting the start in center, and then Miller in right field. Mavericks last week were 2-0 on the season and having both wins last week against Canton Academy, a 3-2 game, and then in the second game last week they played Central Hines, and behind Jack Miller drove in 4 runs in the second inning. The Mavericks scored 12 to take a 16-0 lead against Central Hines and coasted to a victory. So the Mavericks in 2 games had pitched well against both the teams they played. Tonight on the mound, as I said, will be Brody Roberts. Roberts on the season pitched just 2 2/3 innings, giving up no hits, no earned runs. He struck out 5 and walked 3, and those were all in the first inning against Canton Academy. Really struggled to get his control in that game, but when he came in against Central Hines, had a very nice outing and pitched well against them as he's taking his warm-up pitches right now. Batting for the Vicksburg Gators will be leadoff hitter will be Christian Green. He'll also be their pitcher, followed by Doss, Carter, Gray. In the 5 hole will be Jones, their first baseman. Number 6 batter will be Braylon Green, then followed by the last 3, West, Smith, and Allen. So the Gators come in 0-1 on the season. They lost to Tallulah Academy in a game the other night, lost in extra innings. As many people are aware, especially the Maverick fans, the Mavericks defeated Tallulah Academy last year in the 3A playoff team. So Vicksburg played a very good team last week in Tallulah. Coaches are giving their final words to the umpires. Brody Roberts is finishing up his warm-up pitch. Temperature today is going to be a balmy 68 degrees as we've had 3 games in the 60s here in February. Wind's going to be blowing out of the southwest, which is dead. Dean Ellis. First pitch to him is going to be a breaking ball, strike 1 right down the middle. Nice pitch by Roberts. Green reaches second on the stolen base on the strikeout of Doss a minute ago. So the Gators have their first runner in scoring position as Carter has a 0-1 count. And again, Roberts delivers in. This time another breaking ball. It's going to miss just outside. Counts 1-1 as the Mavericks pitching carefully to Carter. Now we're going to have a timeout. We're going to have a pinch runner for the Gators as they're going to get their pitcher off the field into the game. Didn't catch his number when he was running in. I'll get his number here in just a second. As a 1-1 count on Carter. Misses high, ball 2, and Roberts falls behind the hitter 2-1. Pinch runner is going to be Sheree Harris. So Harris is on second, running for Christopher. Roberts will check him, deliver home the 2-1. It's going to be a strike right over the outside part of the plate. Count goes 2-2 to Carter. Roberts evens the count here as the Mavericks trying to get out of the first inning with no damage done. Carter will step out and ask for time. He'll dig back in on the right batter's boxes. Again, Roberts is going to check the runner at second base. Looks back, delivers home, missing high. Count now is 3-2 to Carter. The cleanup hitter, the catcher, Gray on deck for the Gators. 3-2 to Carter. Mavericks have a runner on base against them. The leadoff runner's at second after the error. Roberts will deliver the next pitch. It's going to be high, ball four as Carter draws a 6-pitch walk. Dean Ellis Tyson, the catcher for the Mavericks, is going to call a timeout to go talk to Roberts. And Gators have 2 runners on now on first and second. And number 34, Gray, coming to bat. Gray's taking off his shin guard, so we've got timeout still on the field as Dean Ellis Tyson's through with his meeting with Roberts. 2 on, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Vicksburg's threatening with 1 out, and the catcher Gray coming up, their cleanup hitter. On deck will be the number 5 hole hitter in Jones. If the Mavericks can't get a double play, Gray's a bigger kid, and Mavericks may have a chance to turn 2 here as everybody's backed up on the infield.
34, Patrick Gray Jr.
Gray will step in. He's a right-handed batter to face Roberts. First pitch on its way, misses low and outside. Again, Roberts for the 4th straight batter falls behind 1-0. Brody's just not been able to get ahead of batters so far this year as he gets the 1-0 pitch delivered. It's going to be a blooper over toward first. Nice job by Ty Walton to get over and make the grab on the grass for the 2nd out. Mavericks get a little blooper by the catcher Gray. Now they have 2 outs with the runners on first and second, bringing up Jones, the third or first baseman.
Now batting, number 36, Michael Jones.
So Jones will come in. We'll see if Brody Roberts, the pitcher for the Mavericks, can get ahead for the first time today on a batter. He's started 1-0 on 4 straight batters. First pitch is going to be a swinging foul ball straight back on a breaking ball that stayed inside. Big hack by Jones. Just couldn't get his bat head around on him as it was inside. So Roberts does get ahead of a batter. It's 0-1 now to Jones. 0-1 pitch on its way is going to be a ball high. Count evens to 1-1. Quick recap. Started off green for the Gators. Reached on the error by catching the second base. Dahl strikes out. Then they walk Carter. Then Gray pops out to Walton, the Mavericks' first baseman, as Roberts delivers a fastball swinging strike to Jones, even in the count to 2-2. So 2-2 pitch on its way. Misses high. The count moves to 2-2. I'm sorry, it was 1-2 just a second ago. Now it's 2-2. I missed one there. So 2-2 count now as Roberts will look to get a strikeout and to get the Mavericks out. Misses just outside. The count goes 3-2. So the base runners will be moving here as Jones has a 3-2 count. With 2 outs, Mavericks need an out to get out of the inning. Roberts will go from the stretch and deliver home, but turns and looks back at second base to see if he can catch somebody cheating. Gators discipline there, don't move. And Jones will step back into the batter's box. So again, we'll reset with a 3-2. Roberts looking in, delivers the pitch. Strike 3 swing, and the Mavericks get out of the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning by Roberts. He does not give up a hit. There was 1 error. The Gators leave 2 on base, and we'll go back to Power 107 and be back shortly after a commercial break. All right. a number for the Mavericks. They continue to hope to do that for the rest of the season as Dees is ready to step in, and the Gators just threw the ball down. We're about to be underway in the bottom half of the first inning with the Mavericks batting for the first time in a 0-0 game.
Now batting number 14, John Parker Dees.
So Dees will step in. Christopher Green is the pitcher. He's a right-handed pitcher, and the infield's going to be Carter at third base, Braylon Green at shortstop, Allen at second base. Jones will be your third baseman, and then the pastor will be Wes Dawson Smith left to right, as Dees will step in to face Green the second. And the first pitch for the Gators is going to be a ball low, just missing inside and low, and the count goes 1-0. So Green misses low on his first pitch of the day, and comes back with a strike on his second one.
I'll stay in here for a little bit.
So 1-1 count now to Dees. Green, it's going to be a ground ball over the pitcher's head toward second. A diving try by the second baseman. He can't get there, and the C&I single by Dees will be a base hit. Mavericks get a base hit on their first batter, and that's going to bring up Tyson, who's leading the team with the catcher at a 429 clip so far.
Now batting number 10, Dean Tyson.
So Tyson comes in. He's got one homer on the season. He's batting .500 with runners in scoring position and 429, and he's second on the team in RBIs so far early in the season. He'll step in from the left side as Dees takes a big lead at first base. We'll see if the Mavericks try to run. And first pitch for Green's going to miss high and outside. The count goes to 1-0. So 1-0, Green, just as his counterpart Roberts in the top half of the inning, is falling behind the first two batters he faced 1-0. Dees goes, ball's going to be way inside. Tyson gets out of the way. Dees will steal the base easily. Ball goes all the way back to the backstop. And the Mavericks have a runner in scoring position for Tyson, batting .500 now. Has a chance to add to his RBIs on the season also, as Dees was able to steal the base easily. Mavericks were off and running. They hadn't run much in the first two games they played. Last year, the Mavericks ran the bases every chance they got. And Tyson will step in with a 2-0 count. 2-0 comes in, hits the inside corner, strike one. As Tyson watched that one go by, and Green gets a strike that he needed badly. Count now is 2-1 with Dees at second base. Second base and shortstop playing a little cat and mouse game out there as the 2-1 pitch is delivered high and inside. The count's 3-1, so Tyson will have a very good hitting count here at 3-1. Left-hand batter Tyson don't look for Dees to move much here. Green will check him on second. Looks back again, that delivers home. Ball's going to squirt away from the catcher. It'll be ball four as Tyson's going to walk down to first base. Dees goes to third on the pass ball, and that's going to bring up Brody Roberts.
Now batting number 13, Brody Roberts.
Roberts batting .333 on the season. Again, he's a .500 hitter so far early in the season, just through two games with runners in scoring position. He does have a home run on the season and 2 RBIs. He's got runners on first and third. Coach Hester's electing not to pinch run for Tyson, the catcher. He'll let the senior run for himself. We'll see if he'll go on the first pitch or not. As Green steps off the rubber, calls timeout, and his catcher steps in front of the plate, he'll give out some signals on what they're wanting to do here, how they'll play it when Tyson goes. 0-0, we're in the bottom of the first inning here at Parks McGraw. Mavericks playing the third straight home game and only game of the week this week. As Robert steps in, pitch on its way, he's going to be inside, ball one. Tyson stays on first base. Mavericks got a busy schedule next week, 3 games. Will be on the books next week. as Roberts will step back in with the 1-0 count. This time Tyson stays still again, and this is going to be a strike, fastball right down the middle. Count evens to 1-1. Roberts hit a shot last game over the left field wall. He and Tyson had back-to-back home runs. Tyson went over the right field wall. Wind is blowing out pretty hard today. Roberts had 5 home runs last season. The 1-1 comes in. It's going to be a ground ball right over third base into the left field corner. That'll score 1 run. They'll wave Tyson around. He's coming all the way from first base, and then Coach Hester slows him down and stops him as Roberts will have a stand-up double RBI. Mavericks have 2 runners in scoring position now for Burton, the number 4 hole hitter.
Now batting, number 6, Garner Burton.
So Burton will come to the plate. On the season, Burton's batting .250, but 1,000 with runners in scoring position. And he's got 2 on the base paths, 1 on second, 1 in third. We do have a pinch runner in for Roberts, who's the pitcher. As Burton will step in on the right side and face Green for the first time today. Pitch comes, going to be a strike right down the middle. A nice changeup by Green as Burton started his swing, checked up, and watched it go by. So Green will jump ahead of Burton 0-1, catch him on deck for the Mavericks. 0-1 pitch coming. It's going to be fouled off straight down in the ground, and the count goes to 0-2 on Burton. So Burton will protect the plate, no outs. Mavericks lead 1-0 against Vicksburg High School here in Yazoo City. Runners on second and third. As Green will go from the windup this time, deliver the 0-2 way inside. Count goes to 1-2. Burton jumped out of the way. He's being heckled a little bit by his teammates for not staying in there on 0-2 count, taking the hit by pitch. But he'll get back in the box, 1-2 count, and the pitch again on its way. Strike 3 swing, a nice pitch by Green as he got located that fastball over the outside part of the plate. Strikes out Burton on a nice fastball, and it brings up Ketchum.
Now batting, number 8, Will Keaton
So Ketchum batting .429 on the season, batting .500 with runners in scoring position. He's got 3 RBIs on the season. He'll have an opportunity for a couple more also here. First pitch to him is a fastball fouled straight back over the net for a strike. Counts 0-1 as Green settled in a little bit. He's given up a couple of hits, but it's throwing strikes now, where after the first batter he struggled a little bit on Tyson when he walked him on 5 pitches. Ketchum will step back in. 0-1 on its way. Worm burner straight up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to score 2. There'll be a throw in from center field, but Edgar will easily beat it out. And on the throw, Ketchum's going to go to second base. Ball goes to the back screen, but he won't be able to go any further, so he'll have a single and 2 RBIs as he was able to hit a ball straight up the middle, scoring 2, and the Mavericks now lead 3-0. It brings up Ty Walton, the left-handed hitting first base, as one of the coaches for Vicksburg High School is going to come out and say something to Green. Didn't ask for a timeout, just kind of talking to him on the side. And we've got an equipment malfunction maybe with the catcher as he's lost a shin guard. He's going to go into the dugout. While he does that, we'll thank our sponsors. Bring you baseball here on Power 107. Bank Plus, William Clark and Morrison, McCaleb Insurance, Main Street Market, Manchester Academy, Scott Petroleum, Coghlan Planning Company, Yazoo Valley Electric, P-Rose, Jim Newsom Trucking, and Bank of Yazoo City. Thank you to all the sponsors that bring you Maverick baseball here on Power 107. So a quick recap, Mavericks lead off the inning with a single by Dees up the middle. Then Tyson walks as Dees still second. Robert grounds down the left field line for a double, scores 1 run. Burton comes up and strikes out on the swing, and that's the Mavericks' only out so far. And then Ketchum comes in and hits one straight up the middle for a single and 2 RBIs for himself And that's going to bring up Walton now as the catcher's now back out on the field with new shin guards on. And the Mavericks leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the first inning with Walton stepping up.
Now batting number 25, Ty Walton.
So it'll be righty on lefty here as Walton steps in on the left side, batting 200 on the season. He's got a runner in scoring position. As he'll step back out after calling timeout and now digs back in again. Green takes a look back at Ketchum on second, delivers home, missing outside, ball one. It's been a long inning for Green. He's thrown 18 pitches now and he's only got one out. He has thrown 10 of those for strikes. Not sure what kind of pitch count all these pitchers are on as it's early in the season. 1-0 now to Walton comes in. It's going to be laced down the right field line into the corner. Base hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to score Ketchum easily. Walton's going to get him a double as he'll stand up going into second base. Mavericks played another run here in the bottom of the first inning and now lead 4-0 on the RBI double from Walton, bringing up Cole Estes. The third baseman for the Mavericks is Green. Has only been able to record one out, a strikeout on Burton.
Now batting number 24, Cole Estes.
So the Mavericks have two doubles in the inning and 4 hits altogether as they're continuing to hit the ball as they did against Central Hines earlier last week when they had the big 12-run second inning. And Estes will step in now against Green as Walton not a threat to run at second. Eases off the bag a little bit. First pitch will be a ball, missing low. Count goes to 1-0 on Estes. Miller's on deck. Estes crowds the plate, walks in, pitch on its way, high and inside, misses 2-0. So the Mavericks lead 4-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. One out, runner on second, looking to continue their ways of hitting here and getting another run in. Outfield's playing pretty deep for the Gators as the 2-0 pitch is on its way. Strike over the outside part of the plate. Estes watched it go by on a 2-0 count, looking for something a little bit better. Nice crowd on a Friday afternoon for the Mavericks. Mavericks playing the Varsity game today at 4 o'clock, a little different with rain coming in tonight. Wanted to get it in for sure, and the 2-1 pitch comes missing. Catching the inside part of the plate. Now the count's 2-2. So the playing the Varsity game first, junior Varsity will be after this game. As Estes will dig into the batter's box 2-2 on him. Pitch on its way from Green, misses inside, and the count now is 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Estes was up 2-0, watched 2 strikes go by, and then gets another ball. He's seen 5 pitches and hadn't swung the bat yet. He'll move in to protect the plate a little bit this time as Green gets his signals. Green will go from the stretch, look back, deliver home, and it'll be fouled off the end of the bat. Nice job of hitting by Estes. He was able to get a piece of the ball. Count remains at 3-2, and he's up to a 6th pitch at bat now. Green takes his time, takes a look back at second base. Again, make sure Walton doesn't go anywhere. Delivers a fastball. It's going to miss high and inside, and Estes will draw a walk and bring up the number 8 hole hitter and Jack Miller. Miller will step in with runners on first and second.
Now batting number 22, Jack Miller.
We've got a timeout as the head coach is going to walk out there and talk to Green. We'll see if they make a pitching change before we go back to Power 107. Mavericks have runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first inning. It doesn't look like they're going to change. Coach just wants to talk to his pitcher Green, so we'll stay here as the Mavericks will go over to Coach Hester. Get them some quick instructions as the meeting on the mound's over with, and it's going to bring up Jack Miller. Miller's batting 200 on the season, batting 500 with runners in scoring position, leads the team with 4 RBIs as he drove in 4 against Central Hines in the second inning last week on Friday night. He'll step in to face Green for the first time, the right-handed hitting Miller with Nixon on deck. Men on first and second. The first pitch comes. It's going to be behind him and hits him in his hand. That'll be the second time Miller's been hit this season. He'll trot down to first base. Couldn't get out of the way of that one. Ended up catching him on his hand as he turned around and brings up Nixon with bases loaded and one out.
Now batting number 2, Grant Nixon.
So the bases loaded full of Mavericks as they look to get some more runs, leading 4-0 here in the first inning after Miller was hit by a pitch. Green will go from the windup. Nixon on the season's batting .400. And now we're going to have a second time out and we'll have a pitching change. We're going to go back to Power 107 for some commercials from our sponsors and be back after this pitching change. It's going to take you probably got a good 3 or 4 minutes, I would imagine. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks have the bases loaded as we resume play here in the bottom of the first inning. Mavericks leading 4-0. Vicksburg will move their first baseman over to pitch. Jones will be the new pitcher as he comes in a base load jam and one out as Nixon steps back in. It'll be a right-handed batter and right going to miss low and goes back to the backstop, but Walton doesn't try to come home. Walton's the Mavericks first baseman, doesn't have great speed, and he sticks still on third. Mavericks not wanting to try to run themselves out of an inning as they've got the bases loaded. Top of the lineup's back on deck with Dees. He led off this inning with a single as Nixon will watch first pitch go by 1-0. Jones, the pitcher, again will go from the stretch, delivers to Nixon. He'll try to bunt one down, fouls it off. Well, I think he thought he got hit by the ball, but the umpire in the middle, in the infield, said he offered it. I thought he did too from up here. It's going to be a strike on. The count's going to go to 1-1 as he missed the ball. It hit him in his leg after he missed. He was trying to kind of drag it and run it as he hit it and missed it and caught the ball on his shin. Makes count 1-1 as Jones, the pitcher, will go again from the stretch and deliver the 1-1. This time the ball's going to be low and outside, 2-1 now to Nixon. Third base occupied by Walton, second base by Estes, first base by Miller. Not great speed on the base paths for the Mavericks. As a 2-1 pitch to Nixon comes in, misses low. Nice job by the catcher to block it up. It was low and outside in the left field or the left-handed batter's box. He was able to get out and get his glove and body in front of it and knock it down. Keeps the ball in play, and the count goes 3-1. And Nixon's in good control here with a 3-1 count now. Oh, excuse me, a 2-2 count. I forgot about the one that was fouled off. The count now is going to go to 3-2 as this pitch misses inside. I missed that when I gave him a ball when he swung at the ball or offered the ball with his bunt. The count's now 3-2 with one out as Nixon will go from there. So 3-2, Nixon digs in and is going to get hit in his helmet on a fastball. Not sure why he didn't duck out of the way of that one, but he'll take one off the noggin. He's all right as it knocked his helmet all the way off. Walton's going to come in to score, and that's the second batter in a row that the Gators have hit by a pitch. Mavericks now lead 5-0, and it brings up the top of the leadoff batter with Dees again for the second time this inning.
Now batting number 14, John Parker Dees.
So Dees will step in 1-for-1 on the night. He's got 1 RBI on the season. He's got base path full of Mavericks as they've got 3 on base still. We're only in the bottom of the first inning. They're leading 5-0 against Vicksburg. Dees looks in. First pitch going to be a blooper. Whether or not the shortstop can get it or not, he cannot. It goes right over his head. Nice job of running by the Mavericks, as that could have been trouble. But we had to wait to see if they were going to make the catch. Mavericks realized it got over the shortstop's head, and everybody was able to advance a base. So that'd be an RBI single by Dees. Score goes to 6-0 now. Bringing up Tyson, the Mavericks still have bases loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. There was a collision at home plate with Estes and the catcher, but the catcher's okay, and Tyson now is going to step in. Umpire's making sure the catcher's okay, so he's going to dust off the plate a little bit, give the catcher a second to catch his breath. Was inadvertent, but Estes caught the catcher with his shoulder as he was coming across. Pretty tough shot and knocked the catcher's down, but he's okay. As Tyson will come in for the second time, he will bat this inning after walking the first time up.
Now batting number 10, Dean Tyson.
Tyson steps in, wind's blowing out. He does have 1 home run on the season as the right-hander delivers home, swinging strike 1. As Jones, the right-hander, gets ahead 0-1. Mavericks only out of the inning was a strikeout earlier in the inning by Burton on 4 pitches. Lots of room in the left field line as they're pulling or expecting Tyson to pull the ball. And Jones will deliver the next pitch outside. The count goes to 1-1. So 1-1 to Tyson. Bases loaded. Miller's on third. Nixon on second. Dees on first. Jones delivered the pitch, missing high and outside, ball 2, and the count now goes 2-1. With Brody Roberts, the Maverick starting pitcher, on deck. Tyson batting .429 on the season. So he looks to get another RBI. He's got 3 already. And the 2-1 on its way. This is just inside. The count's now 3-1. Tyson will have a pitch he can drive here, up 3-1 in the count. Jones in a tight spot as he's come in, 3-1. Ball 4 as he walks, and Miller will come in. That'll be the last run that will be Green's responsibility, the starting pitcher. Brings up Brody Roberts, and the bases are loaded now with Jones. All of these runs will be his runs if they come in to score, as the Mavericks lead 7-0, and Brody Roberts coming to bat.
Now batting number 13, Brody Roberts.
So Roberts steps in. Mavericks have played at 7 here, and we're only in the bottom of the first with 1 out. Gators just not been able to get an out. Mavericks have had some good hard ground balls, 1 hard hit by Walton in the right field, and a couple of walk and hit by pitchers. Brody Roberts comes in, swinging at the first pitch, foul down the third base side. Way ahead of that pitch. He took a hack at it and was way out in front of it, and the count's now 0-1. Mavericks on their 10th, 11th, 12th batter of the inning, still with only one out. 7-0 lead, 0-1 count to Roberts. Jones, pitcher on the mound, delivers. Misses low, counts now 1-1. As Roberts will take a look at his bat and readjust his gloves, he'll step back in with a 1-1 count. 1-1 on its way. Again, misses inside, and the count now is 2-1. Jones got a swinging strike foul ball on the first pitch, then thrown two straight balls. He falls behind Roberts 2-1. Mavericks have the bases loaded here, still in the bottom of the first inning. It's been a long inning. We're almost 40 minutes into this inning, and Mavericks are still batting, leading 7-0. 2-1 on its way. It's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. He had an opportunity to step on the bag, didn't do it, but he's going to throw to second and get the out. That was an easy double play. If he'd stepped on third and gone across, elected to go to second, he'll get a 6-4 put out, or 5-4 put out. Be the second out of the inning as the run does score, and that brings up Garner Burton.
Now batting number 8, Garner Burton.
So Burton will come up. He's the only strikeout victim so far this inning. As the Mavericks get another run, they lead 8-0. They have runners on first and third as Edgar will come in to run for Roberts on first base. Burton steps back in. First pitch to him is going to be outside, ball one. Burton's batting .250 on the season, the cleanup hitter for the Mavericks. We'll see if they get Edgar to go on this pitch on 1-0. Jones will deliver home. It's going to be a line drive, base hit between second or shortstop and third base, a single, score a run with D's, an RBI single for Burton. He gets on the board with a hit now, an RBI. Moves Edgar up to second base. Mavericks have runners on first and second now, leading 9-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Ketchum coming up to bat.
Now batting number 8, Will Keaton Ketchum.
So Ketchum comes up, has 2 RBIs on a single straight up the middle. The Mavericks continue to hit the ball hard as Burton lined one past the diving third baseman. Ketchum again comes in, the number 5 hole hitter, and he'll watch the ball high and inside for the first pitch. The count goes 1-0. 1-0 pitch on its way from Jones. Strike over the outside part of the plate. Count goes 1-1 on Ketchum. Ketchum came in the game with 3 RBIs. He picked up 2 here in this first part of the inning with a single. It drove in 2. He's up to 5 RBIs on the season, and the 1-1 on its way. He's going to hit him. That'll be the third Mav hit this inning. It's a dead ball. The center fielder threw it in the left field, but Edgar thought about going home, but it's a dead ball on the hit batsman. It's going to bring up Walton, who's doubled earlier down the right field line. He'll have the bases loaded when he steps in as the Mavericks lead 9-0 here with 2 outs.
Now batting number 25, Ty Walton.
So the bases loaded again for the Mavericks. Walton will step in. Doubled his first time down the right field side. He's batting 200 on the season. He's got an opportunity to knock in a few more. First pitch misses low and outside. Counts now 1-0. So 1-0 count for Walton, the left-handed hitting third baseman. As Jones again delivers, slips on the mound, throws this one high and outside. The count now is 2-0. Mavericks putting up crooked numbers again here tonight. As the first game tonight's the varsity game, we'll play the junior varsity game after this one, weather permitting. So 2-0 count. Jones got the bases loaded. Pitch comes. Strike as Walton was taken all the way on the 2-0 count. The ball was over the outside part of the plate. The count goes 2-1. Jones came in for Green as Green left the game, giving up 7 runs in just a third of an inning. And again, pitch comes in on 2-1 pitch low. Nice job by the catcher to block it up. Count goes 3-1 now on Walton with Evans coming to bat. Or on deck, excuse me. So Walton's got a 3-1 count. He'll look for something to drive here. He'll step back in against Jones. Jones, the relief pitcher's gotten out, but has the bases loaded against him. A 3-1 to Walton comes in, swing and strike as he wasn't able to catch up to the fastball right down the middle. Counts 3-2. So the Mavericks will be moving on this pitch. If Walton can get something into the outfield on the ground, the Mavericks have a good chance of picking up 3 more runs. With 2 outs. Estes is up for the second time. He'll be the 15th or 16th batter the Mavericks have played tonight.
Now batting number 24,
As
Cole
the coach will come off
Estes.
the field and Estes steps in, he walked his first time up. He's not faced Jones yet. He was one of Green's runners, and he's got the base low with 2 outs. First pitch to Estes from Jones is going to be a ball outside, just missing off the plate. The count goes 1-0. Jones steps back on the rubber. He's been pitching out of a stretch. He'll go from a windup this time. 1-0 on its way, barely missing Estes inside. He jumps out of the way on a fastball and counts now 2-0. Miller's on deck. He was hit by a pitch earlier. As he's waiting his turn. One, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. This has been a long inning. It's lasted almost about an hour. It's 52 minutes in. 2-1 to Estes on his way, missing inside. 3-1. The Mavericks lead 10-0. As this game's kind of gotten out of control for Vicksburg very quickly here in the bottom half of the first inning. This is the second inning this year that the Mavericks have scored double-digit runs. In 3 games, they've done it twice now. That was one thing they did well last year. They put big runs, big numbers on the board. As Estes watched a 3-1 pitch come by for a strike, another fastball by Jones. And that's pretty much all Jones has been doing. Fastballs, a couple of change-ups. Counts now 3-2 to Estes. So the base runners will be moving again here on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Estes steps in, pitch on its way. He's going to miss inside. It'll be another walk and another run for the Mavericks, and it's going to bring up Jack Miller, the number 8 hole hitter, as he was hit by a pitch his first time up. As the Vicksburg High School will continue with Jones.
Now batting number 22, Jack Miller.
So Jones is going to stay in the game. He has not been able to record but 1 out. He's thrown a lot of pitches here. As Miller steps in, first pitch to him is going to be swinging, fouled straight back on the inside fastball. Took a big swing at it and fouled it straight back into the net. The count goes to 0-1. Jones has thrown 34 pitches this inning. Between him and Green, they're at 61 pitches. Mavericks lead 11-0. 0-1 on its way. It's going to be a line drive, one hopper to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly, throws across. The wild as Miller's going to reach on the air, and he doesn't see him hold up. And the base runners, Coach Hester, is running station to station now. He goes back to first base as after he reached on the air from the shortstop and brings up Nixon for the second time. And the Mavericks have now batted around 2 times in the same inning.
Now batting number 2, Grant Nixon.
So Nixon will come in. He was hit by a pitch last inning like Miller, and he's got a chance to drive in another run. Base is still loaded. Mavericks lead 12-0 here with 2 outs. As Jones delivers home, it's going to be a high fly ball in the infield. The second baseman calls for it, backs up, makes the catch, and thankfully for Vicksburg High School, that ends the inning. But the Mavericks score 12 runs on 6 hits, leave 3 on base as we'll go to the top of the second inning. We come back from Power 107 and a commercial break from our sponsors. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks played 12 in the first inning, bringing up Braylon Green, the leadoff hitter, to face Brody Roberts, who pitched the first inning, didn't give up a run. His first pitch is going to be a swinging strike one as he laced a fastball over the inside part of the plate. Roberts working fast will deliver again another swinging strike as he's up 0-2 against Braylon Green, the shortstop. Mavericks lead 12-0, and Roberts will try a curveball this time, missing inside. Count goes to 1-2 as the Mavericks have a big lead here. All he's got to do is throw strikes, and the 1-2 on his way misses low. Count goes 2-2. Roberts working very fast right now as he gets right back on the rubber, looks in and gets a signal. 2-2 pitch coming. High, ball 3. Count goes to 3-2. So Braylon Green leads off. He'll be followed by Wes Smith and then the 9-hole hitter Allen. 3-2 comes. Ball 4 as Roberts goes up 0-2 and then throws four straight balls, walks the leadoff runner for the second straight inning, and walks continue to play Brody Roberts a little bit this season. That's going to bring
now
up
batting
West.
number 7 West.
So West comes in with a runner on first. Roberts delivers home. Strike right down the middle on a fastball. It's Braylon Green, not the pitcher. Braylon Green's the shortstop on first base after the walk. Takes a big lead. Next pitch to West can be a swinging strike. Count goes to 0-2. 0-2 pitch coming. The runner goes. Strike 3 called as the batter doesn't take a bat off the shoulder. They will steal the base against the Mavericks. Have a runner on second base with one out after the strikeout to West.
Now batting number 11, Keyshawn
That brings
Smith.
up Keyshawn Smith, the right fielder, with a runner in scoring position. Pitch on its way. It's going to be a swinging strike one as Roberts elevated the fastball there. Gets the swinging strike with one out, runner on second. Second time tonight, the Vicksburg's had runners in scoring position as Roberts will deliver the 0-1, a swinging strike on that one also. Count now goes to 0-2 with one out. Roberts will work from the stretch. 0-2 on its way. Misses high. Ball one. 1-2, one out. Top of the second inning, Mavericks lead 12-0 after a 12-run outburst in the bottom half of the first, where they sent 18 batters to the plate, pounded out 6 hits, had a couple of walks, and hit batsmen to boot. 1-2 comes. It's going to hit West as, again, Roberts gets up 0-2, loses control, and it puts runners on first and second. As Roberts hits a runner, the batter, they'll let West go down to first base, shake it off. It's going to bring up a left-handed hitter. And I'm sorry, it was Smith that went down to first base, and left-handed hitting Allen comes
Now
in.
batting number 9, Allen Allen.
So Allen comes in, first name Allen, last name's Allen, so he's an Allen playing second base. You don't see that too often, as the Mavericks are going to make a quick pitching change, it appears, as Bidelman's going to come in. We're going to go back to Power 107 for a commercial break while the Mavericks warm up a new pitcher. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks lead 12-0 as the Mavericks pull out starter Brody Roberts with one out here in the bottom of the second inning, bringing in Joseph Bidelman, the left-handed hitter. Was going to face the left-handed hitting West, but West just swapped around to the right side, so obviously their second baseman is a switch hitter. Don't see that a lot in high school baseball, but the Mavericks were going to play smart, play lefty on lefty, and West just moves around to the right side as he takes the first ball for a ball. Biderman will bring a second pitch on 1-0 in, and it'll be a swinging strike on West. So Biderman, the left-handed freshman, evens the count 1-1 with one out. There is a runner on second base and first base who are Roberts' responsibility, as Biderman will deliver a 1-1 fastball, swinging strike two, and the count now is 1-2. See if Biderman will give him a breaking ball here on 1-2. He looks back, delivers home. It'll be a fastball just low. Count goes 2-2. Mavericks lead 12-0 against Vicksburg High School here in the top of the second inning. Biderman will check second again. The 2-2 on its way. It's going to be popped up in the infield on the foul territory. Biderman tries to get to, couldn't quite get there. It's going to fall harmlessly to the ground. Count will remain at 2-2. It's kind of between first base and home. Walton was playing very deep, couldn't get there. Beideman had an opportunity off the mound, but just couldn't quite get there. Hits off the end of his glove as West stays alive after fouling one off on the right side. Vicksburg's runners are on first, second, neither have big leads against the lefty Beideman. Pitch on its way. Strike three, swinging, nice pitch. Change up by Beideman there for the second out. He'll pick up his first strikeout of the night. And that brings up the leadoff hitter in Green, who reached on the air at second base in the first inning.
Now batting number 15, Christopher Green.
So Green reached on the air, got to second base, but no further. Beideman takes a long look at second and delivers home. Strike swinging there as Beideman's ball tailed away from the right-handed hitting Green as he swung at nothing but air. Count's now 0-1. Beideman, just like Roberts, works fast. 0-1 pitch on its way. A breaking ball looping across the plate for strike two. And Green now is behind 0-2 with two outs. So 0-2 pitch from Beideman on his way. It'll be a curveball grounded to Estes. He picks it up, steps on the bag for the out. Bang, bang play, but he was able to get there in time. Retires the side as Beideman comes in, gets Brody Roberts out of a jam. Mavericks will go into the bottom of the second, leading 12-0 when they come to bat when we come back from Power 107. Had four runners on, two in scoring position, but both innings have failed to get anybody across the plate as they're going to keep Jones in pitching. He came in, had a rough inning after Green, and the Mavericks, after batting around 18 players in the first inning, will be back to Dees, Tyson, and Roberts, the top of their lineup, to lead off here in the second inning. On a nice warm February night, big crowd for the Mavericks again, as they've been for the last few years. Mavericks on a winning trend here. They played for a state championship 2 years ago, coming up runner-up. Won the state championship last year, move up to 4A this year, hoping for another one as Dees steps in.
Number 14, John Parker Dees.
So Dees will step in on the night. He's got a single and a RBI, two singles actually, and an RBI, as he'll watch first pitch, ball one. He'll face the right-handed pitching Jones on 1-0 count. Pitch comes. It's going to be a ground ball straight to shortstop. Gloved on the run. Makes a throw across. Nice play by the shortstop, Green, Braylon Green, as he was able to pick the ball up, throw it across the field, and get it out on Dees. First out of the inning for the Vicksburg High School, and bringing up Tyson.
Now batting number 10, Dean Tyson.
So Tyson comes in. He's got two walks on the night. He was retired on the second out last inning on a fielder's choice. He'll step in with no one on. Jones gets an out on the leadoff hitter, and his first pitch to Tyson's going to be outside for ball one. Better start this inning for Vicksburg after the 12-run onslaught by the Mavericks in the first inning. Jones takes his time, 1-0 pitch on its way. Strike right over the inside part of the plate. Counts now 1-1. Vicksburg's pitchers way more deliberate than the Mavericks. They take their time on the mound, where the Mavericks and Roberts and Beideman like to get up there and throw the rock. 1-1 count again to Tyson. Pitch on its way. Swinging strike two as it tails away from the left-handed hitting Tyson. Mavericks number 2 hitter finds himself on 1-2 now. Out here, we're in the bottom. Mavericks 12-0. 1-2 from Jones. Ball slips out of his hands, and he throws it 25 feet up the third baseline. Wasn't close on that one. Count evens to 2-2. Looked like he was wanting to throw a breaking ball. The ball just slipped out of his hand. As Tyson will step back in with a 2-2 count. 1 out, bottom of the second inning, 2-2 pitch on its way. Low, ball 3, and count now is 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Tyson will step out, readjust his gloves. He'll come back into the batter's box. Three and two with 1 out. Pitch on its way. Fouled off just barely. Stays alive on 3-2 count. Jones receives another ball. Tyson will get another chance after fouling that one off with the count remaining 3-2. 1 out, no one on. Jones starts his motion. He'll deliver the 3-2. Misses outside for the third time tonight. Tyson will walk down to first base. Manchester Academy left-handed hitting catcher has his third straight walk, bringing up Brody Roberts, who has a double and a fielder's choice.
Now batting number 13, Brody Roberts.
So Roberts will step in, had a ground ball to left field for a double in his first at bat tonight, and then grounded into a fielder's choice his second time up last inning. Both at bats were in the first inning as he'll face Jones for the second time. He does have a runner on first base, and we've got a pinch runner in Hayden Jones for the catcher. They'll make a move over as Hayden Austin dives back in. Not sure where I came up with Jones from, but Hayden Austin's the pinch runner. He'll dive back in easily. Roberts will step back into the batter's box. We'll see if the Mavericks try a run. They're not even holding Austin on first base. He elects to stay. The pitch comes in low, ball 1. Not sure why they're not holding him on with 1 out here. Roberts again steps in. Again, Austin takes his lead. This time they will hold him on. Well, they'll kind of play in and out behind him. Pitch comes low for ball 2 to Roberts. Kind of strange the way that the Gators are playing this. They've got the first baseman behind them, letting them come in and out, kind of like the second shortstop would do with the runner on second base. Austin takes another good-sized lead. Again, not holding them on. Pitch from Jones comes in, and it'll get away from the catcher. Austin will run down to first or second base, standing up on the pass ball. Count goes 3-0 on Roberts. Burton on base. I guess what they're figuring is that Manchester's up 12-0. Coach Hester's probably not going to steal anymore. I think maybe he's mentioned something to the Gators coaching staff. No way they would play that normally. That's got to be what's going on. So a 3-0 count to Roberts. Mavericks probably playing station to station. Pitch comes in strike over the outside part of the plate, and count goes to 3-1. Burton's on deck. Roberts 1 for 2 on the day. Batting .333 on the season and a 3-1 delivered. Be a ground ball to the shortstop. Clean glove throws across, and Green, the shortstop, makes his second play of the inning for an out. Now there's 2 outs, runners on third base as Austin's able to advance, bringing up Garner Burton. Burton is now coming into bat after striking out and singling.
Now batting number 6, Garner Burton.
So Burton will step in on the right side. He'll face Jones with 2 outs, runner on third. First pitch comes inside, ball 1. Jones, the pitcher for Vicksburg High School, came in relief in the first inning. He's thrown 51 pitches now in the game. So he struggled against the Mavericks in the first inning. He's done a little better job here in the second. 1-0 on his way. It's going to be low. A check swing by Burton for a ball. Count goes 2-0. 2-0 as they said Burton didn't go around. 2-0, 2 outs. Mavericks looking for a hit to drive in one here in the second. Pitch on his way. Strike over the inside part of the plate. Count goes 2-1. Ketchum's on deck. Ketchum's had a good night tonight. He's got 2 RBIs. He's 1 for 1 and been hit by a pitch. He's looking for an opportunity to get another at bat here in the second inning as the 2-1 comes to Burton. Swing and a big cut by Burton. Couldn't connect. Count goes 2-2. Burton falls behind on the count. Well, evens the count 2-2 with 2 outs. Burton struck out in the first inning before he singled on his second at bat. He's got a 2-2 coming. Strike 3 swinging. He goes down swinging again for the second time. That'll end the inning. The Mavericks leave 1 on third base. They'll go to the top of the third, leading 12-0 when we come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks do fail to score in the second inning after scoring 12 in the first inning. They still lead the game 12-0 as they left a runner in scoring position on third base after Austin came in to pinch run. Mavericks have left 4 on base, 3 in scoring position. Gators come to bat here in the second inning with Doss, their center fielder, coming up.
Now batting number 8, Caleb Doss.
So Doss will come up. He struck out his first time against Roberts. He'll face the freshman left-hander Beidelman for the Mavericks. As Beidelman waits on the left-handed hitting Doss to step in, it'll be a lefty on lefty, and the first pitch comes in strike right down the middle of the plate. as the count goes 0-1 in favor of Beidelman. He waits on the batter to get back in. He's ready to throw. And it's going to be a swinging foul ball over the third base dugout. Count now is 0-2. So 0-2 count. Beidelman's in control here as he's come in to pitch well. He's thrown strikes. 0-2 on his way. Breaking ball just misses. Nice pitch by the lefty. Good job hitting by Dawson out to offer, and the count goes to 1-2. Beidelman will look in and get another signal, deliver the 1-2. Hey now, strike three called out watching there. So 1 out, another K for Beidelman. As he's able to get Dawes, it's going to bring up the big third baseman in Carter, as he'll come up after he walked back in the first inning.
Now batting, number 24, Tyler Carter.
So back-to-back strikeouts for Beidelman as he's come in relief here. Big lead, a good time for the freshman to get a little bit of pitching experience. Mavericks playing public school 6A Vicksburg High School here in Yazoo City as Beidelman's first pitch is a curveball, hung it, and the big third baseman smashes it to left field on the ground in between short and third. That ball got out of the infield in a hurry, and the Gators will have their first base hit of the night, and it's going to bring up the cleanup hitter in Gray.
Now batting, number 34, Patrick Gray Jr.
The Gators have had runners on base every inning, but have failed to get anybody in. As it's going to bring in Gray, the catcher. He popped out to the first baseman back in the first inning. He'll have a runner on first base and Carter after he singles to left field. Beidelman will deliver home. Check swing. Ball is outside. They will not appeal. They'll call the ball. Said Gray did not swing. It appeared from up here he was able to hold up, and the count goes to 1-0. So Beidelman again will peek to first base, deliver home, and miss low. 2-0. Beidelman, his biggest problem is his emotions. That when he lets them get the better of him, that's when he starts struggling. Freshman will just have to bear down after the hard hit. So a 2-0 pitch comes, swinging strike one. Nice pitch on a 2-0 pitch makes the count go 2-1. But that's been his Achilles heel last year as an eighth grader. Just has to be able to keep his emotions in check a little bit. Does a nice job when he comes in, and the 2-1 on its way. This one's going to miss low, and the count's now 3-1 with 1 out and a runner on first base as the Mavericks lead 12-0 here in the the top of the third inning. 3-1 on its way low, ball 4. Gray walks down to first for third straight inning. The Gators get runners on first and second with 1 out. Mavericks have not been burned yet, but that brings up Jones, the pitcher.
Now batting, number 36, Michael Jones.
So Jones will come in. He struck out his only time up back in the first inning against Roberts. He's got runners on first and second. We'll have a pinch runner now for the catcher. It'll be number 13 for the Gators coming in. I'll get a name here in just a second as Beidelman finds himself in a little trouble and delivers first pitch high for a ball. Pinch runner coming in for the catcher is going to be number 13, Jacoby Simpson, as he reaches first base. Jones gets a 1-0 count against the lefty from Manchester. He'll peek back at second. Delivers home. It's going to be fouled into the ground for a strike. Count goes to 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Mavericks do lead 12-0 after scoring 12 in the bottom half of the first inning. Beidelman again looks back first, delivers home, swinging strike 2 to Jones as he falls behind 1-2. Ball tailed away from him as the big pitcher couldn't catch up to it. 1-2 comes in now. It's going to be a ground ball to Beidelman. He'll get it, throws it high over to first base. It's going to score a run for Vicksburg. He lobbed it over first base head. The runners all advance another 90 feet. And Vicksburg gets on the board 12-1 on the error by Beidelman. He had a chance to just throw to first, picked it up cleanly on the ground ball, then threw it over the head of the first baseman, way over. Walton didn't have a chance. Good play by him and Miller to get on it, not to allow another run over in the right field corner. And that's going to make a 1-2 game as we'll have another pinch runner come in. This time for the pitcher, it'll be number 3 coming in. Harris. Harris was a pinch runner earlier, and the Mavericks lead 12-1 now, but Beidelman finds himself in a little bit of trouble. Runners on second and
Now
third.
batting number 12, Braylon Green.
And Green coming up the shortstop. First pitch will be a ball outside. Counts 1-0 as Beidelman has runners on second, third. 1-0 pitch low, bounced away from Tyson. That does a nice job though to smother it. Runner stays at third, and count goes 2-0. Mavericks trying to get out of this inning without allowing any more runs as they leave 12-1 here in the top of the third inning. Beidelman checks over to third, delivers out of the stretch again. High, ball 3. And Coach Weaver's going to come out and talk to the freshman. Got a strikeout, then he gave up a hard ground ball, then a walk, and was doing okay. Got a ground ball to him had a chance to get the second out, but overthrew first base, and now down 3-0 as the Mavericks are trying to calm down their freshman left-hander. They do lead 12-1, not in much danger at this point. Even if they give up a few runs, Mavericks just looking for outs. As the meeting's over with on the mound, 3-0 count now. As Green will step back in. One out here in the bottom or top of the third inning. Green will take a practice swing now. He gets into the box. Three 0 count misses. That's ball 4, and that's going to be it for Beidelman. He just lost control after the hit and the walk. They're going to bring in a new pitcher, it appears, as Burton was warming up on the sideline. We're going to go back to Power 107 as Burton steps in and takes up his warm-up pitches and come back after a few messages from our sponsors. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Garner Burton will be your new pitcher as he comes in after Beidelman fails to get out of the inning. He leaves 3 runners on base here for Burton to work around. Mavericks lead 12-1 here in the top of the third. And West, the left fielder, will be coming up to hit. So all 3 runners will be contributed to Beidelman as Burton comes in for the first time today at the pitching.
Now batting number 7, 7 West.
So Burton comes in. His first pitch to West is going to be a fastball, strike 1. Burton on the season's 2. He has given up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and struck out 3. Opponents batting .250 against him, and 1-0-1 comes in low, 1-1. So Garner's a senior left fielder coming in to pitch for the 3rd time this season already in relief. with bases loaded and a 1-1 count to West. Fouled back over the first base side. Count goes to 1-2. Burton has a chance to help himself out here. He's got 1-2 count on West. 1-2 on its way. Breaking ball, check swing, didn't go. Nice pitch. Counts 2-2. He threw that one low and outside, but 7 West did a nice job for the Vicksburg High School Gators on not taking that one. It's a 2-2 count with the bases loaded on its way. It's going to be a number back toward the pitcher. He's going to pitch it up, throw it home, and they're going to get him on a nice grab by Tyson. The runner slides in. Tyson has his foot on it. Burton had to grab it and underhand it, and somehow or another Tyson was able to hold on to the ball as it was on the third base side of the foul line he was slid into, but it's an out. Nice job on the 1-2 put out, and that's going to bring up number 11, Smith.
Now batting number 11, Keyshawn Smith.
So that'll be a fielder's choice for West and brings up Smith. He's been hit by a pitch, and the first pitch comes in. It's going to be fouled off down the first base side toward the Manchester dugout. And the Mavericks have an 0-1 count now against Smith, the number 8 hole hitter, as Burton tries to work the Mavericks out of a little bit of trouble. 0-1 pitch misses low on a fastball. Count now is 1-1. Burton throws a fastball, a slider, and a cutter that he learned over the summer. He can throw all 3 for strikes, and the 1-1 now as Smith steps back in, is on his way. Just missing the batter. Count now is 2-1. Mavericks lead 12-1 here in the top of the third inning. They scored 12 runs there in the bottom half of the first, failed to score in the third as they left second as they left Austin on third base. 2-1 comes. Misses low again. Count now is 3-1. Burton's forced to throw a strike here on a 3-1 count to the number 8 hole hitter and Smith. Mavericks only given up 1 hit today, and that was to Carter, the third baseman this end of Vicksburg. 3-1 pitch. Nice job by Burton as he throws a fastball right down the middle. Smith was taking it all the way on a 3-1, trying to get another run in for the Gators. 3-2 count now, and everybody will be moving. 3-2 pitch on its way. He's going to hit Smith as he wasn't able to get out of the way of the fastball. So score another run for the Gators. Makes the score 12-2 now. As Smith will go to first base. That's the second time he's been hit tonight, and brings up the switch hitting second baseman Allen Allen.
Now batting number 9, Allen Allen.
So Allen, the second baseman, comes up. He's a switch hitter. He'll face Burton from the left side with the base loaded, and first pitch misses wildly outside. Count goes to 1-0. 12-2 here at Parks McGraw Stadium. In the top of the third, 1-0 pitch coming. Swing and strike as Allen misses a fastball, couldn't catch up to it up in the zone, chest high. He took a hack at it and couldn't catch up to the fastball by Burton, and evens the count to 1-1. 1-1 on its way. This is just outside, 2-1. Mavericks trying to get out of this inning so they can come in and bat again. As there's a bases full load of Gators, 2-1 on its way, low and outside. 3-1 now, and Burton comes in to get an out, and then he starts struggling with location. Mavericks have struggled with that all night long. They've been fortunate so far, only giving up 2 runs. They've put runners on in every inning. 3-1 coming. Ball 4 outside, and Burton walks in another run, his second of the inning. That'll bring up the top of the order again for the Gators in green, the shortstop. And Burton has the bases loaded, and the Mavericks now are leading 12-3.
Now batting number 15, Christopher Green.
Brings in Christopher Green as Allen draws the walk. Green will swing at the first one and foul it straight back. Count will be 0-1. Burton really needs to get the Mavericks this inning. Mavericks don't want to let the Gators creep any closer than this. They played station to station last inning. The Mavericks did an 0-1 pitch, and a big swing by Green's fouled back again into backstop, and the count now is 0-2. So two straight pitches, two straight foul balls, 0-2 count now for Burton. He's got a chance to get out of this inning. Bases are loaded still for the Gators. 0-2 on its way. Breaking ball misses. Count goes 1-2. Mavericks just need to throw strikes here. 1-2 count. They've had problems tonight walking. They've given up 5 walks. 1-2 on its way. He's fouled over the backstop. Nice job of hitting again by the leadoff hitter, Christopher Green, as he's able to stay alive, and the count goes 1-2. Mavericks have 5 strikeouts and the 5 walks tonight. They've only given up 1 earned run on the night, as the error by bottom of this inning caused 2 runs that were plated later in the inning. Pitch on its way from Burton. Swinging strike 3. All Tyson has to do is pick it up and step on the plate. That'll end the inning on the strikeout. A nice slider by Burton as he strikes out Green, ends the inning, but the Gators get 3 runs, and the Mavericks will come to bat when we come back from Power 107, leading 12-3. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball as the Mavericks come to bat after a not so good top of the third inning. Bideman came in and gave up 3 runs. All 3 runs were credited to him, as he was the pitcher on record for him. After Burton came in, Burton did walk into him, but they were Bideman's responsibility. Burton gets the last out of the inning on a strikeout, and the Mavericks come to bat with Ketchum, Walton, and Estes. Jones will remain in for Vicksburg High School. He's pitching in for the third inning. He's up to 55 pitches as Ketchum steps in.
Now batting number 8, Will Keaton Ketchum.
So Ketchum will step in. He's coming to bat for the 3rd time tonight. He's 1 for 1 on the night. He was hit by a pitch also. First pitch comes in. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Again, nice grab by Christopher Green the second, and throws across. He's smooth looking over there as he came in from the pitcher's mound and moved to shortstops, made all 3 balls hit to him in the last 2 innings, and brings up Walton, the left-handed hitting first baseman.
Now batting number 25, Ty Walton.
Jones has settled in, the pitcher for the Gators, after struggling a little bit in the first inning. He's throwing strikes now and letting the defense do what they're supposed to behind them. As Walton steps in, he is one for 1 on the night with a walk and a double. First pitch to Walton comes in high and outside. Ball 1. Mavericks have 1 out here, leading 12-3 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, as Jones now working a little more quickly to Walton. Delivers a ball that's just going to miss on the inside part of the plate for ball two. Count goes 2-0. Walton is up in the count as he steps back in from the left side. The right-handed pitcher versus the left-handed batter. Jones will deliver the 2-0 outside for ball three on the fastball. Wind still blowing out. Mavericks leading big. They are playing the first game tonight. It's the varsity game. They'll play the second game later on, assuming the weather holds out, and a 3-0 pitch on its way. Ball four low, and on four straight pitches, Walton walks for the second time tonight. He's been on base all three times. He's had 2 walks in that double. Brings up Estes, and Miller will be on deck circle.
Now batting number 24, Cole Estes.
So Estes comes in now, the number 7 hole hitter. He's walked both times up and scored a run. Miller's on deck. As Jones will work from the stretch with Walton taking a small lead on first base. Walton is not a threat to steal here. Estes digs in on the right side, waits on the pitch from Jones. And it's going to be a ball low. Count moves to 1-0. Vicksburg's Mavericks hadn't really touched one up tonight. Vicksburg's outfield's come way in. They're playing their center fielder almost like a short fielder in softball as the 1-0 pitch is on its way. Inside ball two. And Estes could get something to left center. Both the left fielder and the center fielder are playing way in. Mavericks have not hit one deep tonight. They've hit it hard when they've hit it, but nothing deep other than Walton's double to the right field corner. So a 2-0 pitch with a runner on first coming. And it's going to be a high fly ball to center field. He'll retreat back as the right fielder comes over and makes the catch easily for the first out. That ball carried a little bit in the wind, but was way high. No problem for the center fielder. Actually, the second out of the inning as Estes flies out and brings up Miller to bat.
Now batting number 22, Jack Miller.
Miller comes up. He was hit by a pitch his first time. Reached on an error by the shortstop, driving in a run his second go-around. And he'll bat against Jones for the second time tonight with a runner on first base. Jones looks in. Delivers the pitch. Inside, ball one. Count now is 1-0. Mavericks played 12 in the first inning, nothing in the second, and have a runner on first base with 2 outs here and a 1-0 count to their batter, Miller, here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 pitch. Going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Easy play for Green. He'll get it, scoop it up for the fielder's choice to second base. Miller, for the second time, grounds to the shortstop, and that ends the inning. Mavericks leave no one on base after they get the put out at second. They'll take a 12-3 lead into the top of the fourth when we come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Burton will stay on the mound for the Mavericks as we go to the top of the fourth inning. The Mavericks lead the Vicksburg High School Gators 12-3 in the top of the fourth. inning after a 12-run outburst by the Mavericks. They failed to score the last two innings. Due up for the Gators this inning are going to be Doss, Carter, and Gray against the right-handed pitching Burton. He's still taking his warm-up pitches. The Mavericks throw it down to second base. The wind's picked up a little bit more, blowing out of the south-southwest due center field now at 15 to 16 gusts to 20 miles an hour.
Now batting number 8, Caleb Doss.
Doss comes in. He struck out twice. He's a left-handed hitting center fielder. As he'll face Burton for the first time. He was a strikeout victim last inning to Bideman. Bideman got the first out before struggling to get another one and giving way to Burton. Burton's first pitch comes in low, ball one to Doss. 1-0 on its way, missing outside again. Oh, umpire said it caught the outside part of the plate. I thought that one was a little wide, but the Mavericks will take it. Count is 1-1. So 1-1 count. Burton will work quickly. Strike two, the exact same place. That one did catch the outside part of the plate and counts now 1-2. So 1-2 count with no outs here. Check swing, gonna be strike three. Tyson picks it up off the ground, tags the runner out at home. That'll be a strikeout for Burton, his second one, and it brings up the third baseman, Carter.
Now batting number 24, Tyler Carter.
So Carter will come in. He has the only hit of the night for Vicksburg. It was a smash in between shortstop and third. Last inning kind of got the Gators started, and he'll come in to face Burton for the first time. The hit was off Bideman, and the first pitch to Carter is going to be just outside 1-0. So Burton's come in for one inning now. He's got two strikeouts and one walk. His 1-0 pitch on his way to Carter. It's going to be a swinging strike, a nice pitch by Burton over the outside part of the plate that Carter couldn't catch up to. Count goes to 1-1. Mavericks playing deep in right and left field. Nixon also pretty deep straight away with the wind blowing out. And the 1-1 pitch is going to be a breaking ball that misses low for ball two. Nice job by Carter of the Gators not swinging at that one. So he worked the count to 2-1. So 2-1, one out here in the top of the fourth. Ball three on the fastball. It misses inside, and the count's 3-1. Mavericks have not had an inning where they didn't put at least one runner on base. 3-1 pitch coming. It's going to be a ground ball to Estes, and it's going to go right through his legs. Actually, it was Miller on third base. The Mavericks made a swap, put Miller on third base from right field. He waited back on the ball, should have charged it, went right between his legs, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman for the Mavericks and a runner again for the Vicksburg Gators. So
now batting number 34, Patrick
Gray
Gray.
will come up now for the Gators. He is 0 for 1. He walked his last time, then was thrown out on the fielder's choice. First pitch to him is going to be a ball outside, 1-0. With Carter, he's on base for the third time this game. He walked, singled, and reached on an error. So the Gators' third baseman's reached all three times. His team's trailing 12-3 in the top of the fourth inning. As Burton misses low inside, the ball's going to get away from Tyson. Carter's going to go down to second base. Mavericks are getting a little bit sloppy here the last two innings as they got a big lead in the first, 12-0. Kind of let off the gas and can't quite figure out how to put their foot back on the pedal. Defensively and offensively, they're looking a little sloppy the last two innings. So Carter's on second base after the pass ball. Gray, the batter, is up 2-0 on the count. He'll step back in against Burton, the right-handed pitcher from the Mavericks. He'll look back to second, deliver home, strike. Ball, excuse me. Again, I called it faster than the umpire signal. I thought it was a strike down the middle. Umpire said a little low, so count goes 3-0. Burton also was wanting that pitch. He'll deliver the 3-0 now. And misses low again. This time walks Gray. For the second straight time, Gray reaches base on a walk. Have runners on first and second now for the Gators, and Jones coming up.
Now batting number 36, Michael Jones.
So Jones will come up. He's the pitcher for the Gators with runners on first and second, one out. This is the fourth straight inning the Mavericks have put runners on at least first and second. They've lived dangerously so far, only giving up 3 runs. Mavericks going to have to clean up their hitting or the pitching and their fielding a little bit over the next few games. First pitch going to be a ground ball between short and third. Nice job by the left fielder, Beidelman, as he's in quickly to scoop it up, limits it to just a single. Nobody scores, but the Gators have the bases loaded now with 1 out. As Coach Hester's going to come in, looks like he's going to make a pitching change, and it's going to be Estes coming in. That's the reason Miller went to third base a little while ago. We'll go back to Power 107 while Estes takes his warm-up pitches. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. We're in the top of the fourth inning here at Parks McGraw Field. Mavericks lead 12-3, but for the second straight inning, the Gators have the bases loaded.
Now batting number 12,
A new
Braylon
pitcher
Green.
coming in, and Estes on the season has pitched well for the Mavericks in the short 2 innings that he's worked. As he'll come in with the bases loaded after Burton leaves the game. First pitch is going to be low and outside. Counts 1-0. Mavericks just have played a little bit sloppy, to be honest, after the first inning. They scored 12 and kind of took the foot off the gas. Next pitch will be a breaking ball up the middle, and it's going to be past the pitcher. Ketchum was there. It's going to be an error on him as he missed the backhand. He was there in plenty of time, would have gotten out at second. That's going to be another run as the Mavericks have an error again on the infield. The second one of the inning. The score is now 12-4.
Now batting number 7 West.
So that brings up West with the base loaded and 1 out. Mavericks letting Vicksburg creep back in this one as it's 12-4. First pitch to West comes in strike on a fastball. Last pitch by Estes was a good one on the hitter. Just couldn't catch him to catch the ball. He had a chance for a double play. 0-1 pitch now to West. Strike 2 swinging. 0-2, 1 out. Looking for a strikeout, the Mavericks are. And the coach for Vicksburg will call a timeout to talk to West. West down 0-2. Ketchum was behind second. It was just kind of a slow roller. He had plenty of time to pick it up. He tried to backhand it, and it went off his glove. They had an easy out at second. Maybe would have turned 2. But find themselves with bases loaded still as West ducks out of the way of the 0-2 pitch on a big looping curveball that just about found the plate. Not sure where that one missed. And the count goes to 1-2. Bases loaded for the Gators, and a 1-2 count to West as Estes ready to deliver home. Strike three swinging. Nice pitch by Estes as he challenged him inside on a fastball. Got West swinging. He gets his first strikeout of the night. Brings up Smith, the
Now
number 8
batting,
hole hitter.
number 11, Keyshawn Smith.
Smith's been hit by a pitch both times up tonight as the Mavericks trying to get out of this inning against the number 8 hole hitter, the right fielder, Smith. First pitch comes in, a breaking ball just missing inside. The count's now 1-0. Mavericks have had 2 errors here in this inning. After last week of very fine defense, the Mavericks have had 4 errors tonight. And the next pitch is going to be slapped down the left field side, foul just off the third base side. And the count's now 1-1 with 2 outs. So the Mavericks had 4 errors tonight, all 4 being in the infield, 2 on the second baseman, 1 on the third baseman, and 1 on the pitcher. And a 1-1 pitch from Estes coming, missing outside. Ball 2, counts 2-1 to the number 8 hole hitter, Smith, for the Vicksburg. Vicksburg's trailing 12-4 here in the top of the 4th as Estes works very quickly. Throws a fastball that again just misses off the outside part of the plate. Counts 3-1 where Estes now has got to throw a strike to Smith from keeping the walking in an extra run. 3-1. Swing and strike at a nice split finger by Estes. Counts 3-2, and the Gators will be off to the races here on this next pitch. 3-2 count with 2 outs here. Estes starts his windup, delivers a pitch, misses low. Smith will walk. That'll be another run in for the Gators. They narrow the lead to 12-5 now as the Mavericks have continued to struggle pitching and defensively. And it brings up the number 9 hole hitter, Allen Allen.
Now batting number 9, Allen Allen.
So Allen will come in. He reached his last time on the air on a walk as he comes in to face Estes. First pitch is going to be a high fly ball in the infield. Dees calls everybody off, and Walton comes in, not sure what he was doing, as that ball was Dees all the way. And now they got a rundown on third base side. They're going to throw the ball to catch him as he's going to tag them out, and the Mavericks get out of the inning. I'm not sure what Walton was doing. That was Dees' ball all the way as Walton came from first base behind the pitcher's mound, ran into Dees. Mavericks are lucky they only give up 1 more run on another error after they throw out the runner on the third base side. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Mavericks leading 12-6 when we come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball on Power 107. Mavericks lead 12-6 going in the bottom of the 4th inning after starting the game off 12-0 in the first. They've failed to score for the last 2 innings as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th facing Jones, who came into relief in the first inning. Problem the Mavericks had tonight, though, were the errors. They had 3 errors in that inning, and they've got 5 for the game. And the Mavericks have also walked 7 batters, so Mavericks have 12 walks and errors combined and have only given up 6 runs, luckily. Due up for the Mavericks this inning will be Nixon, the number 9 hole hitter, followed by Dees and Tyson. As Nixon on the night's 0 for 1, he's popped out to the second baseman and was hit by a pitch earlier in the first inning and scored a run. He'll be followed by D's, the leadoff hitters. The Mavericks need to get back on the board here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Nixon coming to the plate. The Gators finishing up their warm-up pitches. Jones has come in and done a nice job after the first inning. He struggled a little bit in first, but has settled down. He's up to 64 pitches. Game, he's given up 4 earned runs. They were all in the first innings. He's held the Mavericks scoreless the last two, and Nixon steps in.
Now batting number 2, Grant Nixon.
So Nixon, the center fielder, will step in for the third time tonight. First time since the first inning, and we're in the fourth. Mavericks leading 12-6, and the first pitch to Nixon's going to be low for a ball, and the count goes 1-0. Mavericks need to score a few runs here. Stretch the lead back out. Maybe can get up close to a 10-run lead going into the next inning. They need 4 this inning. Nixon squares to bunt, pulls back and hits a line drive over the pitcher's head for a single. Nice job of hitting as he faked the bunt, came back, slapped it into center field. He'll have a base hit, his first one of the night, and that's going to bring up the top of the lineup. And D's on the night's been up 3 times. He's 2 for 3.
Now batting number 14, John Parker.
Single
Dees.
twice in the first inning and grounded out to the shortstop, Christopher Green, in the second inning. Green's done a nice job at shortstop tonight. He's had 4 chances, made all 4 plays as the Mavericks have the speedy Nixon on first base. We'll see if they elect to hit and run here. First pitch from Jones. And they do indeed hit and run. It's going to be pulled foul down the third base side. A ground ball was just outside the bag as Nixon was off to the races. Well, Mavericks like to run with Nixon. D's a good contact hitter, so they like the matchup there. But D's pulled it foul, and the count goes to 0-1. Jones taking his time now. The coaches are telling him something from the sideline. Not sure what's going on, but he's now back on the rubber. And 0-1 pitch will be on its way. He'll make a move over to first. As Nixon will dive back in. Count remains 0-1 as he threw to first base, making sure Nixon stays close. Nixon again will get off with a big lead. Jones will take a peek over, deliver. Nixon goes again. And the throw down's not going to be in time. Nice throw, but Nixon steals the base, slides head first on the outside part of the bag. He'll have a stolen base. It'll be his first one of the year. And the count's now 1-1 to D's. He'll have a runner in scoring position as he's the second batter of the inning and has the catcher Tyson on deck. So D's steps back in. Again, Jones, the pitcher, will step off the rubber, get instructions from his coaches, and step back on. Counts 1-1. D's waits pitch. It's going to be a fastball, misses high, letter high. Counts now 2-1. Mavericks looking to put some runs on the board. Hadn't scored since the first. They do lead 12-6 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As D's is the number 2 hitter of this inning with a 2-1 count, no outs. Runner on second base, and Nixon, who reached on a line drive single to center field. Jones delivers. He's going to hit D's in the back. It'll be the second time D's been hit this year, and he'll go to first base and give the Mavericks runners now on first and second with 2 speedy runners and Tyson, the catcher, coming up to bat. And we're going to have a quick timeout as the shortstop's coming in to say a word to the pitcher, and Tyson will step in to bat.
Now batting number 10, Dean Tyson.
So Tyson will step in with runners on first and second. He's got a runner in scoring position. He's batting .429 on the season and .500 with runners in scoring position. As he'll face Jones for the second time tonight. He walked his first time, and he's going to square the bunt. Jones will deliver the pitch, going to miss low and outside for ball 1. Tyson didn't pull it back early. He was actually going to try to lay one down, I think, to move the runners up for Roberts in the 3-hole spot as the Mavericks trying to scratch a few runs out this inning. And now the catcher again for Vicksburg is going to talk to his infield. He'll give a few signals on how they want to play this bunt. Little cat and mouse game going on between Coach Hester and the Vicksburg High School coach, as they've got the catcher from Manchester, Tyson, up to bat. Not a fast runner, left-handed hitter looking to lay one down. Mavericks lead 12-6. Jones, the pitcher, and again Tyson's going to square the bunt, and everybody's going to come in. And this time Jones is going to step off the rubber. Didn't like what he saw. Looks like the Mavericks going to leave the third baseman. Vicksburg's going to leave the third baseman on third. They're going to charge in with the first baseman, try to get a force at third base here, keep the Mavericks from moving up 90 feet. Tyson will square again. This time they're going to make a move and had JPD's picked off at second, and the throw was errant. Goes all the way to center field as the second baseman and shortstop had some miscommunication. Neither one of them went. Both faked to second, and then neither one of them went to the throw. Both runners are going to move up 90 feet on the error by the pitcher. He made a very nice move, caught the Mavericks just then, and should have had them out. But the Mavericks have runners now on second and third with no outs, 1-0 count. I'm sure the bunt will be off now with Tyson. He's got a home run on the season and 3 RBIs coming into the game. So the Mavericks have a real threat here in the bottom of the fourth inning, leading 12-6 with their 2 and 3 hitters up. Pitch comes in. It's going to be swinging strike one. Count goes to 1-1 on a nice pitch by Jones to get the swing and miss from Tyson of the Mavericks. Mavericks should be able to get Roberts and Burton up to bat also, the 3 and 4 hitters. They got no outs and runners on second and third, and Nixon and Dees. It was actually Nixon that should have been picked off at second, not Dees. And the 1-1 comes. Strike two as Tyson watches it go over the outside part of the plate. He didn't like the call, said something to the umpire, but nevertheless, the count goes to 1-2. So he'll have to protect the plate. Hadn't seen many breaking balls from Jones, but this could be one of those spots where he throws one. Vicksburg's going to bring their infield on the grass. They're going to try to cut down the runner at home plate. 1-2 on its way. It's a changeup and a nice one. Gets Tyson swinging through, and he'll strike out to bring up Roberts. So that's an out and a nice pitch by Jones as he gets a strikeout after a error throwing to center field and moving the runners up to second and third.
Now batting number 13, Brody Roberts.
So Brody Roberts now comes up. He had a double in the first inning, a fielder's choice, and a ground out. His next two at bats, he's 1 for 3 on the night. And he's going to try to drive in the Mavericks' first run since the bottom half of the first inning. Jones delivers. Swing and strike one on a big swing by Roberts. Missed the fastball that was letter high, and he falls behind 0-1. On deck will be Burton. Burton on the night's had a rough night. He did single one time, but he's got 2 strikeouts also. On the night, Vicksburg struck out the Mavericks only 3 times, and the last one was Tyson just a minute ago. So Jones, trying to work his way out of trouble, throws a pitch to Roberts. It's going to be ground to third base, high chopper. Goes off the third baseman's glove, but the shortstop, Christopher Green II, picks it up, throws to first, and gets Roberts. Coach Weaver down there said the throw was off, and they want to appeal, but a run does come across. We'll see if they're able to appeal. The umpires do not let them. So that'll be the second out as Burton grounds out and Roberts grounds out and brings up Burton.
Number 6, Garner Burton.
So Burton comes in. Mavericks now lead 13-6 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Burton has a runner on third base as Nixon came in to score. He struck out his last time against Jones, and watch the pitch. It's going to come in high for ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Mavericks leading 13-6. Burton again steps back in. Pitch comes. Going to miss outside. Count goes 2-0. Ketchum's on deck. Ketchum's 1 for 2 on the night. He was hit by a pitch also earlier. So he's waiting his turn, hoping to get it at bat if Burton can get on base. 13-6, 2-0 pitch from Jones. It's going to be a high fly ball down the right field side. It's going to be fair or foul, can't tell. The shortstop gets over, can't make the catch, and the ball falls foul territory. Count will even or go to 2-1 now. As Burton was lucky, the right fielder missed that one overran it just a little bit. It was a high fly ball down the right field side. And Burton's going back to the dugout, not sure what's going on. And I'm not sure they have Austin coming out like a pinch hitter with a 2-1 count. I'm not sure what's going on here. We'll wait and see what happens, get some clarification. As now, number 12's coming into bat for the Mavericks.
Now batting number 12, James Aaron Stanford.
So Stanford's going to come in and pitch hit off Burton, who was 2-1. Not sure if Burton said something on the fly ball, what happened, but they took him out of the game pretty quick. Stanford comes in with a runner on third. First pitch to him is going to be low as he takes a ball, 3-1. I believe Stanford's an 8th grader for the Mavericks. This is the first time he's batted all season. Ketchum still on deck, and the count's 3-1. Jones will come a stretch again. Mavericks lead 13-6 as Stanford comes in, and he'll draw a walk. Nice job for the 8th graders. He came in for Burton with a 2-1 lead on the count. He'll go down to first base, give the Mavericks runners on first and third, and we're going to have a timeout as the pitching coach is going to come out and say something to Jones. Jones has been in for a long time, came in the bottom of the first inning. He's thrown 81 pitches. I don't believe they're going to take him out. They're just going to talk to him for a second with the runners on first and third, probably wanting them to get through this inning with 2 outs, with the Mavericks leading 13-6. While they're taking a pitching timeout, we'll thank some of our sponsors: Bank Plus, William Clark and Morrison, McCaleb Insurance, Main Street Market, Manchester Academy, Scott Petroleum, Coghlan Planning, Yazoo Valley Electric, P-Rose, Jim Newsom Trucking, and the Bank of Yazoo City. We want to thank all our sponsors who are going to bring you Maverick baseball to you each and every week on Power 107 throughout the season. Mavericks on the season are 2-0, and they lead 13-6 here in the bottom of the 4th inning with Ketchum coming up. Ketchum on the night's 1 for 2. He is grounded out to shortstop, hit a 2-run single in the first, and then a hit by pitch also in the first inning.
Now batting number 8, Will Keaton Ketchum.
So Jones will stay in. He's at 81 pitches, done a nice job since the first inning, allowing only 1 run for the Mavericks after he's played 12 in the bottom half of the first. Mavericks have runners on first and third as Dees is on third base. James Aaron Stanford on first. He'll take a lead. James Aaron's not the fastest runner on the team, so we'll see how the Mavericks try to do this, whether they steal him or not. First pitch comes in to catch him, and they're going to let Stanford go to second, fake the throw down so the Mavericks get runners on second and third. Ball was low to catch him, and he'll get a 1-0 count with Walton on deck. There is a place to put Ketchum, so there's a little room for Jones to work around the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mavericks lead 13-6, picking up their first run since the first inning against Vicksburg High School. Jones will deliver the 1-0. Fouled straight back over the backstop on a fastball. The count moves to 1-1. So 1-1 count. Outfield still playing shallow against the Mavericks. They've not been able to drive the ball tonight. And 1-1 on its way. It's going to be inside fastball. It's going to be grounded down third base side, foul. And the count goes 1-2 on Ketchum. Jones doesn't have much of a curveball, but he's got a nice changeup that he'll slide in every now and then with his fastball. But he's mostly been fastball pitches. He did strike out Tyson on a nice changeup earlier in the inning. He's got a chance to get out of the inning with a strikeout here against Ketchum. On the 1-2 pitch, he delivers way outside on a breaking ball, and the count's now 2-2. 2-2 to Ketchum, the second baseman for the Mavericks. He'll step back in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on second and third, and the pitch on its way. Just misses up high. Nice job of taking that one. Count now is 3-2. 3-2 count for the Mavericks second baseman. Pitch comes high and inside as he ducks out of the way, and the count goes to be ball 4. He'll walk down to first base, and that'll bring up Walton.
Now batting number 25, Ty Walton.
Mavericks have got 1 run in. They've got the bases loaded now. As Walton comes in now, we're going to have that pitching change. I thought they were wanting Jones to just get out of the inning. They're going to make a pitching change. The Gators will at Vicksburg. We're going to go back to Power 107 for a commercial break from our sponsors.
Number 25, Ty Walton.
Mavericks got a run here in the bottom of the 4th. First time they've scored since the first inning when they played 12 runs. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. I believe the Gators have put back in their starting pitcher. They have number 15, Christopher Green, who had moved to shortstop. So they put the starting pitcher back in who didn't make it out of the first. First pitch was a ball, and he'll deliver the 1-0 and again misses low and outside. He's a harder thrower than Jones, but Jones did a nice job coming in, limiting the Mavericks just to run in 3 innings and a third work. But he's left 3 on base that he'll be credited to if Walton can drive them in. 2-0 on its way. Misses outside again, ball 3. And Green comes in after starting the game walking 2. He gave up 4 hits earlier in the night and only struck out 1. He's down 3-0 to Walton. 3-0 pitch comes. Strike right down the middle. Nice job by Green this time to get the strike call. So 3-1 on Walton. He'll have to be disciplined here. 3-1 pitch comes. Strike 2 called. He thought he had a walk. The umpire was slow on the call. And it was a strike over the outside part of the plate, and the count's full. Now the Mavericks will be off and running as soon as they throw a pitch. Green is going to work out of the windup, and 3-2 on its way. It's going to be a ground ball to first baseman, fielded cleanly, and he's going to beat Walton back to the bag for the third out. Nice job as Jones left the pitcher's mound and went back to his original position, first base. The Gators get a ground out, and the Mavericks leave 3 on base. They do take a 13-6 lead into the 5th inning. We're going to go back to Power 107 for more commercials from our sponsors. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks take a 13-6 lead into the top of the fifth inning against Vicksburg High School. Mavericks jumped all over the Gators in the first inning, scoring 12 runs, but have given up a few runs on some sloppy play in the infield as they've had 5 errors. They've also walked 7 batters tonight. Vicksburg's only had 2 hits, and they've had 2 errors themselves. As Estes will stay on the mound for the Mavericks here as we go into the top of the fifth inning. Estes has thrown 2/3 of an inning. He's walked 1 and struck out 1, giving up no runs. Mavericks have given up 6 runs on the night, and only 1 of them was earned to Beidelman. Error's been costly to the Mavericks as Estes continues his warm-up pitches and throws the last one. Due up for the Vicksburg Gators here in the top of the fifth inning will be the leadoff hitter in Christopher Green, who was the starting pitcher, came out, played shortstop great, made some nice plays, and came back in the last part of the inning for another opportunity to pitch. So Green will come in here in the fifth. He is 0 for 3 on the night.
Now batting number 15, Christopher Green.
He did reach one time in the first inning on an error on the second baseman, then he grounded out to the shortstop or third baseman on a fielder's choice and struck out his last time as Estes to deliver a first pitch strike. And the count is now 0-1 to Green. Estes will work fast, deliver the second pitch. A big breaking ball. It's going to be a ground ball to D. Scoops it up nicely, throws across the plate as Walton's able to get the out stretching toward the left or the right field line, making the catch. And this first out of the inning is on Green for Vicksburg, and Estes will have the first out for the first time tonight. Actually, the Mavericks have the first out on the first batter. The Gators have had people up all night long, and this brings up Doss, the left-handed hitting center fielder.
Now batting number 8, Caleb Doss.
The Gators have had at least 2 runners on in every inning. Mavericks have been able to work around it for the most part, but still have given up 6 runs. Could have been worse for them, as Estes will deliver the first pitch high for a ball on a breaking ball. Next pitch comes in, fastball, swinging strike on Doss. Doss struck out all 3 times tonight. Mavericks on the night have 7 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts. And Estes will deliver another pitch. It'll be a fastball, swinging strike 2, and he's up 1-2 now against Doss, who's been a strikeout victim all 3 times. Mavericks looking to get him out again here on the 1-2 pitch from Estes. 1-2 on his way, breaking ball outside, ball 2 as he missed badly on that one. The count evens 2-2. Mavericks kind of put the brakes on after the first inning, played station to station in the second inning, and then just kind of fell apart. Looked like they took the foot off the gas and could never turn it back on and let the Gators slip back into this game. It's still a 7-run game, but Mavericks don't want it to get any closer here as we're in the top of the fifth inning. Estes will go from the windup, 2-2 pitch. It'll be fouled back on a fastball that was letter high. Also does a good job to foul that one back. The count remains at 2-2 with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Mavericks have not really been able to get a key hit tonight when they've had runners on base either, as Estes delivers the 2-2. Hey now, called strike 3 right down the middle of the plate, not swinging was Doss. He'll strike out for the 4th time tonight, bringing up Carter, the third baseman for the Gators.
Now batting number 24, Tyler Carter.
Carter's been on all 3 times tonight. He's walked, had a hard base hit against Beidelman, and then got on an error on third base on Miller in the last inning. He's come around and scored twice, and he'll face Estes for the first time tonight. Estes picks up a strikeout, his second one of the night, as he'll face Carter, the big third baseman for the Gators. First pitch is going to miss just low, ball 1. The Mavericks, as I was saying, have left 8 on base, 5 in scoring position. So they've had opportunities to get a few more runs here tonight as they've squandered a couple opportunities. 1-0 pitch, ball 2 is Estes is not wanting to throw one right over the plate to the big third baseman. Count now is 2-0. Carter steps out of the box, will clean off his cleats, takes his time to get back in. as Estes waits on start his motion. Swinging foul ball down the first base side into the Manchester dugout. Counts now 2-1 with 2 outs here in the fifth. Mavericks have not had a 1-2-3 inning. They've allowed base runners in the previous 4 have a chance if they can get an out here against Carter, who's been on base every time tonight, to get out without any runners. As Estes delivers a 2-1. Big breaking ball that Carter swings through, strike 2. Nice pitch by Estes. See if he'll come back to that one, as he had Carter way out in front of the breaking ball. The count's now 2-2 with 2 outs. 2-2 on its way. Just outside ball 3, and the count now goes 3-2. So a 3-2 count, payoff pitch from Estes as he awaits Carter to get into the box, and he'll deliver it. Big breaking ball, nice job by Carter to hold off same pitch he swung through earlier, and he'll take a walk. He has reached base all 4 times for the Gators. He's having a very nice night at the plate, and that's going to bring up Gray, the catcher.
Now batting number 34, Patrick Gray Jr.
So Gray comes up. He's been on base the last 2 times on walks. His only time he hit the ball, he popped out in the first inning to first baseman from Mavericks, Walton. The first pitch to him is going to be fouled back, strike 1. On a fastball from Estes as Carter stays near first base. So for the 5th straight inning, the Gators have put a runner on the base paths. Mavericks lead 13-6 here. Estes is going to take a look over to first base as he's going to work out the stretch. He'll deliver home. Strike 2 on a fastball that was high and tight. Gray's shaking his head, knew he shouldn't have swung at that one, but nevertheless, count goes to 0-2 with 2 outs. Estes again way ahead in the count, has a chance to get the Mavericks out of the inning in relatively easy fashion. Richardson, I'd see, has now come to third base. Pitch comes, breaking ball outside, ball 1. So the Mavericks have a freshman at third base, and Wrigley Richardson. He came in after Burton was taken out last inning. 1-2 pitch. Soft liner towards short. Going to be handled by Dees as he comes in and catches it. That's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. The Mavericks get out of the inning without giving up a run for the first time in 3 innings. And they'll take a 13-6 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning when we come back from Power 107. Bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting number 24, Cole Estes.
So Estes comes in to bat. On the night, Estes is 0 for 1. He walked his first 2 times up before flying out to center field, and he'll face Green for the second time tonight. First pitch is going to be a line drive down the first base side, foul just outside the first base bag. The count goes 0-1. Green's a lot harder thrower than Jones, who came in, but Jones did a nice job as he worked around a lot of runners and only gave up one run after he came in the first inning. 0-1 on its way. Ball one outside. Count now is 1-1. So 1-1 count on Estes. Mavericks looking to get some runners. Next pitch is going to be a fastball high, ball two. Mavericks would love to plate 3 runs this inning and get the game over with on a 10-run rule limit here since we're in the 5th inning. Mavericks scored 12 in the first inning. As the 2-1 pitch comes in, a fastball, strike 2, right down the middle. Estes watches it go by, and the count now is 2-2. Mavericks played 12 in the first inning and picked up another run in the 4th. 2-2 on its way. Breaking ball misses. Oh, call strike 3. Thought it was a little low, but they call strike 3 as Estes watched it go by. Nice pitch by Green as he'll get a strikeout and brings up.
Now batting number 22, Jack Miller.
So Miller will come in. He's 0 for 2 on the night. He has been hit by a pitch, reached on the air to the shortstop, and then ground into fielder's choice as shortstop. First pitch is going to be high and tight to him, ball 1. He'll take a lead on Green 1-0. 1-0 comes. Fouled straight back, took a big swing at it and fouled it back in the net. Counts 1-1 with 1 out here as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Miller digs back in as Green waits on him and delivers the 1-1 pitch. He'll miss low. Count goes 2-1. On deck's Nixon. He singled his last time up. 2-1 pitch coming. Ball 3. Low again. Miller works the count to 3-1 as Green works very fast. Miller gets back in on the 3-1. He'll look at something to drive here on 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 inside. Nice job of hitting by Miller. So he'll take a walk, give the Mavericks a base runner. As he trots down to first base, reaches for the 3rd time tonight, and brings up Nixon, who singled his last time up.
Now batting number 2, Grant Nixon.
Nixon's been hit by a pitch, popped out to second base, and then singled his last time up last inning and scored the run to make it a 13-6 game. Miller's on first base as Green's going to work from the stretch. We'll see how they do Nixon. Nixon's a threat to bunt the ball with his speed. He's got the top of the lineup in D's on deck and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He does square the bunt. Third baseman's going to come in. He'll pull back. It's going to be a ball as Green misses it outside, and the count now is 1-0. So Nixon did square the bunt. Drew back the bat on the outside pitch by Green. Third baseman's on the grass now. Miller's got a very short lead at first. Again, Nixon squares bunt, pulls bat back again, and again it's an outside pitch. Misses the plate, counts 2-0. Mavericks looking like they want to play a little small ball here to make them make a play on Nixon. 2-0 count. Miller goes. It's a hit and run. Mavericks being very aggressive with Miller stealing, and Nixon fouls it back into the netting on a fastball that was right down the middle. Good opportunity for the Mavericks to hit and run there. Miller will trot back to first base. 2-1 count. So after showing bunt, Mavericks elected to try a hit and run with a 2-0 count. Now it's 2-1, the pitch on its way. Ball 3 as they fake a throw down to first base. Miller gets back in a hurry. Counts 3-1 to Nixon. He can be selective here on a 3-1 count. Mavericks would like to get some damage done here in the bottom of the 5th. Miller takes a small lead. 3-1 pitch comes. It's going to be a ground ball to second baseman. Gets by him. Third baseman scoots it and can't make the throw. It gets away from the first base. Miller will go all the way to third. We'll have to see how they rule this one. I think they're going to rule this probably a base hit for Nixon. It bounced underneath the glove of the pitcher. He couldn't get over in time. It was kind of nubbed off the base. Third baseman picked it up, but it was a bang play, and I'll let you know in just a second how the scorer scores it. But it's going to bring up the top of the lineup in D's.
Now batting number 14, John Parker Dees.
And they do indeed give Nixon a base hit as he was able to hustle down the line. There was a throw in there that allowed Miller to go to third, but Nixon will wind up with a hit, gives them runners on first and third with Dees coming up. Dees on the night is 2 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch, so he's been on 3 out of 4 times as he comes to bat here in the 5th inning. Runners on first and third. We'll see if they run Nixon here on the first pitch as Green will work out of the stretch and deliver home. Nixon does go. It's straight still. It's no throw down, no throw third. They checked Miller to make sure he wasn't off the bag. He stayed close. So Dees has runners on second and third now with a 1-0 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dees represents the 10-run rule limit if he can get on with Tyson on deck, the catcher. 1-0 count, Green delivers. Strike one, right down the middle. Dees was taken all the way. Count evens to 1-1. So 1-1 count. Pitch comes in high, ball 2. Count goes 2-1. Infield's on the grass. 2-1 pitch comes. And it's going to hit Dees. Oh, just missed him. I thought it hit him. Don't know how he got out of the way of that one. It's way inside. He turned his shoulder. It just missed him. The count stays 3-1. Vicksburg's got their infielders in, going to make a play at home. And a 3-1 pitch for Green coming. Ball 4 high, and the Mavericks have the bases loaded, and the 10-run rule limits on first base as the head coach is going to come in and talk to Green. Probably going to make a pitching change every time he's been out. They've changed. We'll see what they do before we go back to Power 107. But the Mavericks have runners on first, second, and third. Bases loaded for Tyson to come in. He struck out his last time up. It appears that they're going to just talk it over what strategy they want to use. While they do that, we'll thank our sponsors, Bank Plus, William Clark and Morrison, McCaleb Insurance, Main Street Market, Manchester Academy, Scott Petroleum, Coghlan Planning, Yazoo Valley Electric, P-Rose, Jim Newsom Trucking, and Bank of Yazoo City. Thank you to all the sponsors that are going to bring you Manchester baseball to you live all season on Power 107. Mavericks lead 13-6 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th against Vicksburg High School. They got the game-winning run on third base with the 10-run rule in effect. And Tyson, their catcher, coming up. Tyson on the night is 1 for 3. He has struck out once, singled, and walked twice. He's walked twice. He's 1 for 2, excuse me. He was thrown out on a fielder's choice later on in the game on Roberts. And he'll come up to bat. And now they are going to make a pitching change to Carter. And we're going to go back to Power 107 for a commercial break. They Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks have 3 runners on the bags right now with Carter, the third baseman, coming in to pitch. with one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Tyson stepping in to bat, the catcher for the Mavericks.
Now batting number 10, Dean Tyson.
So Tyson will step in. As he'll face Carter. Vicksburg will still bring the infield in. Everybody on the infield's on the grass. They'll try to make a play at home. As Tyson steps in, Carter's first pitch is going to be a fastball low, ball one. The count goes 1-0. So 1-0 count. 1-0 to Tyson. Way inside, the ball gets away. Miller's going to try to come home, and he's going to make it in as he slides in for the 14th run. Both base runners move up. Tyson's got a 2-0 count. Mavericks are 180 feet with D's on second base from ending this game. And they'd like to get out of this inning if they could without having to play any more baseball. They can pick up the third win of the season. They now lead 14-6. As Carter takes his time, he'll work out of the stretch. He'll keep the infield in. And a 2-0 pitch on its way to Tyson. Inside, ball three. Counts now 3-0 to Tyson. And the Mavericks are in business here with one out, 3-0 count to their catcher, batting .429 on the season, and runners on second and third. They do have Beidelman in the batter's box for Burton. Rio coming. Ball four, misses outside, and on four pitches, Tyson walks. As that'll bring up Beidelman, who will bat from the right-handed side against Carter, the third baseman. Richardson will be on deck as Beidelman's going to come in and bat for Roberts.
Now batting number 9, Joseph Beidelman.
So Roberts is out of the game as Beidelman will stay in and bat. Runners on the base paths on first, second, and third again. Pitch comes. Strike right down the middle. 0-1 to Beidelman. Mavericks looking for a base hit out of the freshman. Have another freshman on deck, and Richardson, who came in to play third base back in the fourth. 14-6 lead, 0-1 count, and pitch from Carter's on his way. It's going to be a base hit for Beidelman. That's going to score two, I believe. It's going to bring in the runner from second and D's on the throw, and that's going to end the ball game as the Mavericks are going to win this one 16-6 on a single by Beidelman. Brings in two, and the Mavericks will 10-run Vicksburg High School here tonight on a Friday night at Manchester Academy. So the Mavericks will pick up their third win of the season, able to finish it in the fifth inning. They scored 12 in the first inning, and kind of a little sloppy the Mavericks did, giving up 5 errors. And on the night, they had 8 walks. So not a great job by the defense with the pitching, but got up to such a big lead, they just kind of held it there. And then here in the bottom of the fifth inning, they picked up 3 more runs to end the game. Thursday, Friday of next week, as they'll go for a big week next week, as hopefully going 3-0. The leading hitter for the team tonight was Dees, as he was able to smack 2 base hits in the first inning and got on base 4 out of 5 times tonight, as the Mavericks will take the victory against Vicksburg High School. Next week, the Mavericks play at Yazoo County on Tuesday night, at Canton Academy on Thursday night, and then a home game on Friday night, the 23rd. So that'll be their 3-game schedule for next week. The Mavericks will have a JV game coming up as they play the varsity game first tonight, just to get it in before any possible rain comes in late tonight. But from Parks McGraw Field, I'm Josh Miller. The Mavericks win 16-6 versus Vicksburg High School, and we'll go back to Power 107 until Tuesday night. We'll see you then.